Hey, welcome to Principal Walker Reviews It. What's the one tip that you could give your student that would raise their scores drastically in school? Elementary, middle, high, even college. What's the one tip? Well, stay tuned and I'm going to let you know about that tip. A close friend called me up a few years ago and his son was struggling in high school. He said, "You're an educator. You've been in education all these years." He said, "Give me some help. Tell me one thing that I could do as a parent that would help me help my student." And and I said, okay, he just wants one piece of advice. And being that I used to be in the classroom, assistant principal, resource teacher, and all the different positions that I've held in education, I sat there for a couple of minutes. I said, hold on, let me really think. You just want one piece of advice. And here's what I came up with. One rule that if you can get your student to follow, you as a parent enforce, and you can get it in your student's mind to follow this rule, it would change their scores drastically. It's called no more zeros. In other words, as a parent, you are no longer concerned about the grade that they get on each individual assignment. Yes, you have to change your mindset. You have to let your student know, I'm not worried about the grade you get on each assignment. If you do an assignment and get a 25%, as a parent, I'm actually not going to get mad anymore. I'm not going to get upset. I'm not going to be yelling at you. If you get a 40%, a 50%, same thing. I'm no longer concerned about an individual grade on an individual assignment because, according to Mr. Walker's pro tip, those grades are not what brings your overall scores down. It's the zeros. It's the non-attempt, the assignment that you didn't turn in, the assignment that you didn't try. Those zeros drop your grades so drastically. So now as a parent, that's all I'm concerned about. When I look at your grades and your assignments, I want to make sure I don't see no zeros. This change in focus for your student, at first, it will seem like you are lowering your expectations. What do you mean you don't care about the grade I get on an individual assignment? When actually you're going to be building habits. The first habit that you're going to build in your student is I try everything. I attempt everything. It's not okay not to try. It's not okay to get a zero. So that habit will be growing inside of your student. Now that we are attempting every assignment, guess what? We may start receiving papers back after being graded from the teacher with low grades. Okay. Because at first, hey, maybe the kid did the assignment right before class because he remembered mom or dad said no more zeros. So he rushed, he threw something together, or he gets a bad grade. But they'll start getting these assignments back. So when you hand a student a paper back that has a 16% on it, okay. Well, they started looking around the class and asking other kids, "What'd you get? What'd you get?" So this kid got 100. This kid got a 95. This kid's got a 87, a 74. And your kid is sitting there with this 16% because they rushed at the last minute. They remember you said no more zeros. But this 16% has a greater effect on them versus if they didn't do the assignment. Because if they didn't do the assignment, they wouldn't have got a paper back. And they know they got a zero. But guess what? They don't have to look at a paper that has a zero on it because they didn't turn anything in. But now that they're looking at this 16%, it starts sinking into them. Man, I could have did better than that. I didn't even try. I just did this at the last second. But what happens is internally they start to take accountability. So, man, they don't feel good about that 16%. Hey, you don't feel good about it as a parent, but you don't even have to say nothing. It's going to start setting in on them. They're going to start thinking about this thing themselves. And what's going to happen is they're going to start putting more effort into every assignment. Those assignments where they would have rushed or threw something together, I would have even got a zero, they're going to start taking more time because they know they're going to get a paper back. They know when they get that paper back, that's accountability time. That's the score staring at them and them staring at that low score. So we're going to be building that habit number 2 of accountability. So when my friend's son began to implement these things under the guidance of his father, what happened? What happened? His scores improved drastically. Actually, he ended up on the AB honor roll and got a scholarship to college. That's what happened with the advice that I gave to my friend. This can work for anyone. The simple hack of no more zeros. By the time your student figures out that they've been tricked, they'll be sitting on the honor roll and on their way to bigger and better things with improved confidence, improved grades, turn them all the way around. Thanks for watching. Principal Walker Reviews It. Y'all have a good day.